sorry for not having done content for a while, but I was working and I've been doing other things. Just an update on my my weight loss. So actually I didn't weigh myself this morning. I'm probably around 88 kilos, maybe even less than 88, maybe 87 and a half. So I've got 2.5 kilos to go, and I'm finding it really easy actually. It's the hardest part about losing the weight has been what's been the hardest part? Eating. That's the hardest part about losing weight, is not eating as much as I used to, and because I'm a gastronome, you know, I love my food, you know, and I love bread, and bread's a no-no. So I'm essentially on a keto diet. I don't eat a lot of vegetables, don't eat a lot of fruit, but yeah, it works. I feel great. I don't feel sleepy in the afternoons. I wake up. I don't wake up sore, which is something that was going on all the time. There'd be times where I'd wake up. I'd be more sore when I woke up than when I went to bed. You know, yeah, and I don't know. I have to put it down to just the gluten. Pardon me, gluten and just carbohydrates in general. They're just not good for you. Yeah, look, people say, oh, you know, but we're omnivores. We're supposed to eat everything. Yes, but as I've said before, the problem these days compared to back even 100 years is that everything was seasonal. You could only eat something for so long while it was in season and ripe or fresh or whatever. Yes, you could store, there's some root vegetables and that you can store for periods of time, and there are, you know, pickling and whatnot, storage. But generally speaking, before we developed storage techniques like using salt and the like, smoking and whatnot, you know, you just, the hunter-gatherers would just be foraging, and you'd just happen upon a tree that was just loaded with fruit or whatever, or, you know, a patch of ground where there was a whole bunch of tubers or whatever, and you'd pig out on them, yeah. But you wouldn't be eating them every day of the year. And so, especially grains are only a recent, the large-scale cultivation of well, monocrop agriculture, essentially, is grains, is very, very new. It's not recent, and grains becoming almost a subsistence in a lot of people's diets is not good. Our guts are not designed for it. All right, that's grains are for pigeons. Yeah, quite literally. Yeah, you can eat some, but to eat it all the time, every day, it's not good for you. Look, and people go, and I know because I've got Italian relatives by marriage, and yeah, they're eating pasta and that and bread every day, but I don't know, I think they've just got a particular microbiome. It's probably, and a lot of genetics, I would say, that is involved there, that some people can tolerate large amounts of wheat product like Italians do, and I used to, yeah. So anyway, enough of the diet. I'm losing heaps of weight. I feel great, you know, when you're so much lighter. I mean, man, I'm going to be 20 kilos lighter. When I reach 85 kilos, I'm going to be 20 kilos lighter. Oh, it's like every day I'm going, wow, I feel so light and good. But anyway, the main point of the topic. So I hope everyone's well. I'm well. Hope everyone's well. So the point of the topic is my Tikka T3x stainless varmint, and two things that I was not happy with at all were the stock. It's a half-assed, cobbled together piece of, yeah. There's a, you know what? I wish I knew what I could remember what his YouTube channel name is, but he just said, look, every company does it. They put out these synthetic stocks that are just garbage, and it's absolutely true. It is absolutely true. If your stock costs less than $400, it's probably junk. You know what? I don't know how much the Steyr Pro Hunter stock costs on its own, the synthetic one, but that was an excellent stock. That would probably, knowing Steyr, you're probably going to pay through the nose for it. Yeah, you're probably going to get raped for that. Anyway, so I wanted to get rid of the stock, so I got rid of the stock. I mean, I hate it. I hate it. Full stop. The trigger, hated the trigger. Yeah, and you know what? There's a lot of Tika aficionados out there, the Tika fanboys, who are saying, no, Tika's got one of the best triggers. Bullshit. All right. No, it's, you know what? To be brutally honest, I prefer the Howe hack trigger over the Tika trigger. And this is not the first Tika that I've had. This is the second Tika that I've had. All right, so the trigger never changed in that time. I had a T3, now this is a T3X. The trigger net has not changed. So I'm familiar with the Tika trigger, and I don't like it. I think it's rubbish. They can do a lot better. Like a lot of things, you know, that Tika cheapen out on, which I don't like. I want a flat bottom metal, box magazines. You know what, for hunting rifles, you want to flush, unless you know, using a pump action, getting a huge mobs of pigs, you know, but for a hunting rifle, you want that as streamlined and as sleek as possible when you're carrying it, you know. Unless you're hunting out of a vehicle, you're going to be carrying it, you're going to be carrying it slung, and man, box magazines can be a real pain in the ass. And the Tika box magazines, even the 3-shot magazine pokes out. That's shit, Tika. Yeah, not good. Anyway, end of that rant. So the Tika stock, rubbish. The Tika trigger, rubbish. So I bought myself, I had a look at what was available, right, for a reasonable price. Now, I really sort of, initially the Oryx was definitely the one that I had my eyes on. I've got an Oryx on my CZ457. Love the Oryx. I reckon that is just, yeah, it's hard to believe you can get so much value in this, even after the prices have inflated so much. That is an excellent value for money stock. Also made by MDT, pardon me. I just need to wet my whistle. Yeah, so having had, and I've had other MDT magazines, and I've had a lot of MDT, yeah, whatever, heaps of MDT stuff. So I had this is sort of, well, it's probably been around for a long time in the United States, but here in Australia this is sort of new, the MDT field stock, and I'm not really sure. It would seem to me like this is kind of their attempt at a hybrid stock, so that yes, you can use it in competition, and it's got all the attributes of a competition stock, and yes, you can take it out it's not too heavy that you can't take it out in the field. Now, would I take this? So it's called the field stock. It's got it written on it, field stock. Now, would I take this out in the field? You know, mounted with a hunting rifle mounted on it? No. You know, to me, that's a field stock. Okay, that's a field stock. I've got another one around here. No. Anyway, you get my drift, all right? This is a Target stock, okay? So this is their lowest price Target stock, and that's what it is, quite simply. You know, field hunting stocks don't come with M-lock, you know, slots around 3 sides of the stock. They don't come with vertical grips. Don't come with AI box magazine. You know. So what can I tell you about the field stock? The reviews that I watched, and I watched a lot. I watched everything that there was about the field stock that's on YouTube. I watched, and everybody was impressed. But the only problem is that there was no independent YouTuber like myself. So I'm a completely independent YouTuber. No one gives me anything. No one helps me out. No one sponsors me, okay? You will never ever see on my YouTube channel shit about buy me a coffee and join me on Patreon and or just donate or buy my merchandise, or I've got merchandise, all right? This isn't obviously Go Bangs 11 merchandise, but I've you know what I did with the merchandise that I made for this channel? This is another channel. I gave it away in competitions, and just out of gratitude to subscribers. Look, so whenever I see reviews that are not done by independent, ordinary Joe Blows like me, I take it with a huge grain of salt. All right. For instance, a very good instance, really, is the Ruger American Ranch. So they've got the Gen 2 out now, but it's essentially the same gun. It's the same action, exactly the same action. So the Ruger, one of my favourite YouTubers is Hootie Who, W-H-O, T-E-E-W-H-O, Hootie Who, alright? Now, man, he absolutely raves about his Ruger Americans, absolutely insane about them. Pardon me, bad cough. And you know what? Man, that thing that I got, alright, so I'm going to get rid of it. It's a piece of shit. It really is. I mean, how you could possibly compare a Ruger American to a Hauer? No comparison, alright? Just quite simply, there's no comparison. The Ruger American is just cheap, rough, churned out piece of, I'm not at all impressed with it. And I love Ruger, I've got a Ruger Gunsight Scout. Man, I love that thing. That is one of the last guns that I would ever sell. But the Ruger American, junk. So anyway, what was I talking about? I can't even remember what I was talking about. Went off on a total segue rant, which I am prone to do. So anyway, the stock. Yeah, I had a look around for the stock, and this was the cheapest Target style stock. Another reason why I picked this over the Oryx is that the Oryx just looks like a machine. This is more, do you know what I mean? It's more streamlined, it's less aggressive. The Oryx is just a purely aggressive chassis, bang, that's it. This is a little bit more svelte, shall we say. Yeah, that's a good word. There's one for you. Word of the day, svelte. Yeah, so I think so. It's got an aluminium bedding block that goes. Actually, you know what? I've got another one. Believe it or not, yeah, I've got another one. The reason why I got another one is, and when I make a mistake, I don't. I'm not one of those people that try and hide it. I just come out and say, yeah, I made a mistake. Yeah, what an idiot. So when I ordered that one, originally I screwed up and ordered this one, so this is for a Howe short action, and yeah, I plan to get a 223 varmint Howe, and I'll put it in this short action, not the mini action. So what you've got is you've got an aluminium block that goes, I'm assuming that it goes all the way, or the trigger, the mag well and everything, the trigger housing, so the trigger guard is actually polymer, but so you've got an aluminium block, but it only goes to there, whereas the ARCS goes like the full length. I mean the what's called the Oryx goes the full length. So, but from here to there, it's got another sort of reinforcing, I don't know, thing, and it's extremely rigid. Yeah. So for $400, and you can't go wrong. And it comes with, so it comes with one spacer installed in the buttstock and another 3, and the longer screws needed. So I've got all 4 spacers in this one. The thing about the screws, if you are going to put more spacers in there and you go to do those screws, make sure that you've got a really high quality screwdriver. Make sure you've got the stock vertical. Make sure you're applying maximum force and just turning it little bit. Because let me tell you, I was afraid I might even round the head off, because it's only they're only Phillips head screws, and they're screwing into plastic. Yeah, it would have been nice if there was a ferrule there and you were screwing into metal, but hey, it's a budget setup. As far as fit and finish is concerned, it all looks pretty good. That seam, that mould seam, is a piss off. They really shouldn't. There is a gap there. Yeah, not really worried about that. I'm assuming that that block goes something like that. Yeah. Anyway, so the trigger, I picked a dual trigger. The reason why I picked a dual trigger is because they want like between $600 and $700 for, I think I saw a cheaper one, but anyway, you're looking at like $400 or $500 at least for a Tikka T3 trigger, say from Timney, or the ones that I saw were like $600. Like, come on, I mean, that's crazy for a trigger. What's it made of? Gold? Pardon my French. But this thing was, I think, I don't know, 200 and, what is it? How much was the jewel? Jarred. Sorry, it's a jarred trigger. Jarred. The jarred trigger was $225. And so I have, better change the flag out so you know the thing's empty. Alright. Now this is an accurate what is it? It's a, what is it? Accurate mag. So this is an accurate mag. It goes in really good. You just sort of got to push back on the latch. In she goes. Really works really good. You push on the latch, pull it forward. Push forward, she just falls out beautiful. Now this is an AICS compatible mag. It's actually a Ruger magazine, and it yeah, it goes in, but it's obviously hitting somewhere. I'm not really sure where it's clashing. Yeah. Don't know. I think at the back. I think it's a bit wider at the back. Oh, actually, I'm going to take some a bit of roll over there. So the Rug mag would need a little bit of work done to it. So I've only got those 2 mags. I did have a 10-shot mag, but I got rid of it with another rifle. So the accurate mag works perfect. 5-shot mag, it's all we're allowed to load anyway. I do prefer a 10-shot mag because they're just easier to manipulate. Because when we do have a ceasefire, I always take the bolt out, and if it's a box magazine, I take the magazine out to show that it's with a chamber flag in, show it's completely empty. Now this trigger, so I have not tested this trigger. Right, so the magazine's out, chamber flag's in, you can see it's empty. All you safety freaks who are thousands of kilometres away and are afraid you might get hurt. So testing the trigger. Ready? Ooh, 14.5 ounces. I'm gonna have to move the stock. There, give me a bit more room. Clear. Ready? Probably lighter because. Ooh, 11.7. 11.7. Clear. Ready? .3. Clear. Ready? 13. I think this thing's so light that it's hard to 8.4. So I think this is the 9-ounce trigger. Yeah, 9.3. So it would appear that this is the 9-ounce trigger. Man, it's light. 9 ounces. Just think about it. And it breaks super crisp, super clean. It just feels so much better. You know what? Even if it's only in my head that Tikka trigger was shit, even if it's only in my head, the confidence that it will instill in me psychologically is an improvement. All right, sorry. Cheers. So, what can I say? If you've been considering a replacement stock, there are a limited amount of models and actions that these things have been made for, but they said that they will constantly be upgrading their lineup so that they can cater to more exotic stuff, like I don't know, like maybe sours and the Mauser 18s and definitely the Rugers. I think these right now, from what I could see, you can get these for the Hauer short action, the Tikka T3, or only short actions. I think I'm not sure about the Remington 700. You probably get it long action right now, but it's all the big names anyway that they've made the stocks for initially and will be extending their lineup. So if you've been considering a stock of this type, it's a target stock. Look, I mean, that's what I'm going to be doing with it. I'm not going to be taking this into the field. It's a target stock, but there's nothing stopping you from taking this into the field. So say if you were making a long range setup for long range hunting where you were going to probably be prone, good setup. Personally, for a hunting rifle, I like it as light as possible, so you're not trudging around extra weight. It's not such a big deal when it's slung, but if you're carrying it in your hands, you feel it. Having been in the military, trust me, we had some heavy firearms that we had to carry in our hands. Couldn't have them slung. Look, it's a great stock. For 400 bucks, in the United States they're 300 US. Here they're 400. 400. It's a good purchase all day long as far as I'm concerned. So, thus far, I have to say, for MDT, I have never had a bad MDT product that I can think of, that I can recall. They were all, you were getting your money's worth. You know what I mean? With MDT, you get your money's worth, and they make a good product. So I sound like an advertisement for MDT. Hey MDT, you want to sponsor me? Nah, I don't want any sponsors. Yeah, fantastic stock. The jarred trigger feels fantastic. So the next time that you're gonna see me, oh actually I've got something to show you, something else. I know, I'll show it to you next time. I'll show it to you after the test shoot. It's got to do with reloading. Anyway, so I'm really happy with this. Oh, the bolt handle. I've got a new bolt handle coming, an extended bolt handle from Atlas Works, but they're in friggin' WA, Port Welshpool or someplace like that. So that's, yeah, I don't know when I'll get that later on in the week, I'm assuming, and hopefully it'll be on there when I go test shoot. So if you do have a 308 family cartridge, 308, 243, 7mm 08, then the Accurate mag works exceptionally well, like really well. You just, yeah, beautiful. Yeah, what can you say? So it's going to be a few days before I can go to the range and have a shoot. So until then, but thanks for putting up with my just dribble. All right, I talk a lot. Yeah, I know. I talk a lot. I talk too much. Yes, I know. I talk too much. But thank you to all my subscribers, to all my viewers, to everybody. Again, I hope you're all well and doing well. So next time you'll see me is I've made a shitload of ammo up because I wanted to fire off. So originally I started with 200 brand new Lapua cases. I've shot probably 2/3 of them off. The last third or so, or 2/5, I'm going to shoot off, hopefully, because there's a lot of ammo there. So I'll have, all my brass will be fire formed, and I'll have a really good starting point, a really good dating point to start from as far as the brass is concerned. But anyway, until then, see you later.